Why and when Power Platform people look at WEBCON. Reason number one is InstantChange. What's InstantChange? Well, let's imagine this workflow process as a flight plan. And let's imagine that you want to add a stopover or a new step to that workflow. So when we edit the process, new flows are going to be just fine. But what about anything that's already in flight? A flow is going to keep following the obsolete path whether you like it or not. And one time only, that's merely annoying. But at scale, all of these incomplete results, that is not acceptable. Now, alternatively, you could recall that flow instance and then restart it, and then it would follow the correct path. And doing that for just one flow instance, that's merely annoying. But at scale, all of these flows, repeating all of that work, that's not acceptable either. Once your application launches, change becomes painful, unless you have WEBCON InstantChange. This is how it works. While a workflow is running, we can still communicate with it and tell it to follow a new path. And then it does. It's that simple, it works, and it's completely successful. You need this. Everyone needs this. Now let's move on to reason number two. It's more than data edits and approvals. When that happens, it becomes more about filling out one Power App and then having a flow automate a string of approvals for it. I mean, that scenario is real. It does happen. But if only one person fills out the form does this work, and only if the reviewers are simply asked to make a simple choice. On the other hand, what about if you have a process where everyone has to contribute, where every step is different? Now you need something a bit more elaborate than this. They're not just saying yes, no, maybe, or something like that. They're filling in parts of the form as it moves around, and the form is adapting, or maybe you have different forms. Well, with WEBCON, we can do this in one form. For each step in the process, you choose which field should be visible, which one should be read-only, which one should be required, and the form just adapts. It is a lot easier than having multiple screens, multiple formulas, lookups with data staged by the flow. It's just a lot less painful. Reason number three, you have imperfect requirements. Starting out with vague requirements is perfectly normal, happens all the time. But if you force out details from your stakeholders in advance, and you try to use those forced details to build a bunch of Power Apps and flows, and then you unveil your results, well, don't expect a perfect fit, because what you've actually asked people to do is imagine their requirements. That doesn't work nearly as well as observing what the requirements really are. And the way that you're going to be able to do that is to leverage InstantChange from WEBCON. Build something quickly and start using it immediately. And once that's done, you can address any complaints you get very, very quickly and see immediately if those changes are going to work. And if people have improvements, those are very easy to add and then test. And then even unexpected requests can be easily accommodated. WEBCON's InstantChange really does result in happier users much more quickly, and when they change their minds, you'll be ready. Reason number four, it's a long-running process. 30 days? Really? 30 days? Do you want to be able to do all of this in 30 days? This is an employee lifecycle process. I don't think you can do this in 30 days. I think that this step alone could take 30 days. I think that this could happen over and over again for an indeterminate number of times. 30 days is fine for a quick task automation, but not for a business process. And with WEBCON, an employee lifecycle process can last years. One step can be a sub-process that lasts months. None of this is a problem. So instead of using an automation tool to solve a business process problem, just do it the WEBCON way. Reason number 5, application lifecycle management matters to you. If you're using Power Platform assets, you can pack up part of your application, the parts that are meant to be deployed. You'll have to break the link to the rest of it, all the data sources and such. And then when it gets to its destination, you'll unpack everything and you're going to need to make new connections to all the data you care about. This gets iffy after a while. On the other hand, a WEBCON application is already an integrated solution. You built the whole thing in one studio. You package it with one click. That includes all dependencies, all connections, everything. It's ready for the destination right here, right now. Reason number 6, auditing, compliance, transparency, metrics, all of that matters to you too, and you don't want to go through extra work to get it. Do you really want to double the size of your workflow in order to put in all the extra actions for logging? And be careful about what you log. And create a place to put that data. And create a UI for viewing that data. Well, that's what you'd have to do if you were using the Power Platform. You could just use the WEBCON way. In the WEBCON way, you have built-in auditing. One click and you can see the data we've already collected presents everything that has happened to this individual form and workflow case. You also get built-in analysis to see exactly how the workflow is being used, which paths are being traversed and how long it's taking. You also get built-in metrics to show you how things are progressing, what the status of everything is, and you can add custom ones of your own. But the key in all of these cases is that none of it required extra work. We log rich data automatically without you doing extra work. Reason number 7, it's about more than only Microsoft 365. Sure, if you are working on an application that involves automating Microsoft 365 from inside Microsoft 365, why not? It's in the box. It's subsidized. We do it too. But the moment you start involving data from elsewhere or data from on-premises, it's not free anymore. And at that point, you might want to look around and weigh your options, because we offer more functionality for less money than the premium license of the Power Platform. The Power Platform is great for automation. It really is. It is great for data maintenance. Not kidding. But for business processes, lots of people go with the WEBCON way, and we hope you'll consider it as well. Thank you very much for watching this video. WEBCON is workflow but better, forms but better, low code but better. Visit www.webcon.com for more information.